The first time Amara saw the red mark on her results sheet, she thought it was a mistake. She had not slept for 3 nights before the exam. She had read until the letters in her notebook began to swim like tiny black fish. Yet there it was, F, staring back at her like a verdict already passed. Around her, the faculty corridor of Kinsley University buzzed with murmurs, some angry, some defeated, some hollow with shock. It was not just her. Half the class had failed Advanced Economic Theory, a course handled by the most feared lecturer on campus, Dr. Damian Crowell. They called him the gatekeeper because no one passed without paying a price. Some paid with money, some paid with silence, some paid with pieces of themselves they could never get back. Amara had heard the rumors since her first year, whispers in hostile hallways, warnings disguised as jokes, senior girls speaking in half sentences. But rumors always felt distant until the day reality sat beside you and whispered your name. "Go and see him," her friend Bisi said quietly. "That's what everyone does." Amara swallowed. See him for what? Bisi didn't answer immediately. Her eyes drifted down the corridor where a group of girls stood outside the lecturer's office, their faces tense, their clothes carefully chosen, their dignity wrapped like fragile glass. You know for what. Dr. Crowell's office smelled like expensive cologne and old books. He did not look up when Amara entered. "Close the door," he said. She did. Her heart pounded so loudly she was sure he could hear it. He flipped through her script lazily as if it bored him. "You wrote well," he said at last. "Better than most." Hope flickered in her chest. "Then, sir, why did I fail?" He finally looked at her. His smile was slow, practiced, predatory. Because passing isn't only about what you write. The words fell into the room like poison. Amara felt the air change. "Sir, I don't understand." "I think you do," he said softly. Silence stretched between them, thick and suffocating. Then he leaned back in his chair. "You're a bright girl, Amara. Beautiful, too. It would be a shame if something as small as one course delayed your graduation." Her fingers trembled. "My mother is sick. I need to graduate this year. I need a job." Dr. Crowell watched her the way a hunter watches a trapped animal. "Then you should be willing to do what it takes." Outside, the city roared with life. Buses honking, vendors shouting, students laughing as if the world were not quietly breaking behind office doors. Inside the university, a different system ruled. A greedy system, a silent system, a system that fed on fear. Students who refused to cooperate found themselves repeating courses endlessly. Their GPAs collapsed, scholarships vanished, dreams dissolved into survival. And the administration? They called it academic rigor. Amara avoided his office for 2 weeks. She told herself she would fight. She would report him. She would expose everything. But when she tried to speak to the faculty secretary, the woman only sighed. "You're not the first, and you won't be the last." Why doesn't anyone stop him? The secretary's eyes softened with something like pity. Because he brings funding, because he publishes papers, because powerful people protect profitable men. Greed wore many faces. Some wore suits, some wore academic robes. The night before the deadline to submit course appeals, Amara received a message. "Come to my office. Last chance." She stared at the screen until her vision blurred. Then she walked out of the hostel and into the darkness. Each step felt like walking away from the person she used to be. When she entered his office again, Dr. Crowell did not bother with pretense. "You made the right decision," he said. Tears burned her eyes, but she held them back. "No," she replied quietly. "I didn't." She placed a small device on his desk. His smile faltered. "A recorder," she said, "and there are others outside." The door opened. 3 students stepped in, 2 girls and a boy from the law faculty. Behind them came a woman from a human rights organization and a journalist with a camera. For the first time, Dr. Crowell looked afraid. Amara's voice shook, but it did not break. You thought we were powerless because we were alone, but fear only wins when no one speaks. The scandal exploded across the city by morning. Headlines screamed, protests erupted on campus. Former victims came forward, their stories forming a chorus of long-buried pain. The administration tried to contain it, then tried to deny it, then finally had no choice but to act. Dr. Damian Crowell was arrested, but the victory did not feel triumphant because justice, Amara realized, does not erase scars. On the day her revised results were released, she stood in the same corridor where everything had begun. This time, there was no red mark. She had passed. Around her, students celebrated, cried, hugged each other. Bisi squeezed her hand. You did it. Amara shook her head gently. We did it. Outside, the city still roared. Life moved on. New students arrived with fresh dreams, unaware of the battles fought before them. But something had changed. The system had cracked, and through that crack, light was finally beginning to enter. Amara folded her result sheet carefully and whispered to herself, not with fear this time, but with strength. No one should have to pay for education with their soul. And as she walked away from the university gates, she felt something she had not felt in a long time: freedom.